Hello, man of word, we truly appreciate that you joined us. We are glad that we can support you in your further development. Today's topic is about 3 lessons that everyone should learn from the book Unlimited Power, written by Tony Robbins. So, let's begin. Welcome to amanofword.com, the most refreshing network in the business world. Why should you pay close attention to this? 1. You will learn why congruency is necessary for success on a large scale. 2. You will learn what is the role of our values. And 3. You will learn how to discover your values or someone else's values. This series of articles will show you how to operate at your top while getting emotional and financial freedom, achieving leadership and self-confidence, and acquiring the cooperation of others. It will give you the information and the strength to remake yourself and your world. The main topics of our video are congruency, internal values, and how to discover your values or someone else's values. So, let's dive in. Lesson 1. Congruency. In this book is written that every complex system, whether it's a factory tool or a computer or a human being, has to be congruent. Its parts have to work together. Every action has to support every other action if it's to work at a peak level. If the parts of a machine try to go in 2 different directions at once, the machine will be out of sync and could eventually break down. Human beings are exactly the same. We can learn to produce the most effective behaviors, but if those behaviors don't support our deepest needs and desires, if those behaviors infringe upon other things that are important to us, then we have internal conflict, and we lack the congruency that is necessary for success on a large scale. If a person is getting one thing, but vaguely wanting something else, he won't be totally happy or fulfilled. Or if a person achieves a goal but, in order to do so, violates his own belief about what is right or wrong, then turmoil results. In order to truly change, grow, and prosper, we need to become consciously aware of the rules we have for ourselves and others, of how we really measure or judge success or failure. Otherwise, we can have everything and still feel like nothing. Lesson 2. Values. What are values? Simply, they are your own private, personal, and individual beliefs about what is most important to you. Your values are your belief systems about right, wrong, good, and bad. Our values are the things we all fundamentally need to move toward. If we don't, we won't feel whole and fulfilled. That feeling of congruity, or personal wholeness and unity, comes from the sense that we are fulfilling our values by our present behavior. They even determine what you will move away from. They govern your entire lifestyle. They determine how you will respond to any given experience in life. They are much like the executive level in a computer. You can put in any program you like, but whether the computer accepts the program, whether it uses it or not, all depends on how the executive level was programmed by the factory. Values are like the executive level of judgment in the human brain. From what you wear and what you drive to where you live, whom you marry, if you marry, or how you raise your children, from what causes you support to what you choose to do for a living, the impact of your values is endless. They are the base that defines our responses to any given situation in life. They are the ultimate key to understanding and predicting your own behaviors as well as the behaviors of others, the master key to unleashing the magic within. So where do they come from, these powerful instructions as to right and wrong, good and bad, what to do and what not to do? Your environment plays a role, starting when you are a baby. Your father and, especially in traditional families, mother play the biggest role in programming most of your original values. They constantly express their values in telling you what they did or did not want you to do, say, and believe. If you accepted their values, you were rewarded, you were a good boy or girl. If you rejected them, you were in trouble, you were a bad kid. In some families, if you continued to reject your parents' values, you were punished. In fact, most of your values have been programmed through this punishment-reward technique. As you got older, your peer groups were another source of values. When you first encountered other kids in the street, they may have had values different from yours. You blended your values with theirs, or you may have altered your own, because if you didn't, they might beat you up or worse, not play with you. Throughout your life, you've constantly been creating new peer groups and accepting new values or blending or installing your own in others. Also, throughout your life, you've had heroes or maybe anti-heroes. And because you admire their accomplishments, you try to emulate who you think they are. Value formation doesn't end with heroes. It also happens at work, where the same punishment-reward system goes on. To work for someone and rise in the company, you adopt some of their values. If you don't share your boss's values, promotions may be impossible. And if you don't share the company's values to begin with, you will be unhappy. Teachers in our school system are constantly expressing their values, and often unconsciously using the same punishment-reward system to ensure their adoption. Our values also change when we change goals or self-image. If you set a goal to be number one in the company, when you reach it you will be earning more money and expecting different things from others. Your values of how hard you will work from now on may also change. What you regard as a nice car will be quite different. Even the people you spend your time with may also change to match your new self-image. Instead of going to get a beer with the boys, you may be sipping a Perrier with the other 3 people in your office who are planning the expansion. Lesson 3. How to discover your values or someone else's values. In this book is written that, first, you need to place a frame around the values you're looking for. That is, you need to elicit them in a specific context. They are compartmentalized. We often have different values for work, relationships, or family. You must ask, what's most important to you about a personal relationship? The person might answer, the feelings of support. Then you might ask, what's important about support? He might respond, it shows that someone loves me. You might ask, what's most important about someone loving you? He might answer, it creates feelings of joy for me. By continuing to ask over and over again, what's most important? You begin to develop a list of values. Then, to have a clear understanding of someone's hierarchy of values, all you need to do is take this list of words and compare them. Ask, which is more important to you? Being supported or feeling joy? If the answer is, feeling joy, then obviously it is higher in the hierarchy of values. Next, you would ask, what is more important to you, feeling joy or being loved? If the answer is, feeling joy, then of those 3 values, joy is number 1. You then ask, what is more important to you? Feeling loved or being supported? The person may look quizzically at you and respond, well, they're both important. You reply, yes. But which is more important, that someone loves you or that someone supports you? He may say, well, it's more important that someone loves me. So now you know the second highest value behind joy would be love, and the third would be support. You can do this with any size of a list to understand what's most important to a person and the relative weight of other values. What are the best things to remember from this? 1. Congruency is necessary for success on a large scale. 2. Values define how you will react to any given experience in life. And 3. Our values can change. Well, our list ends here. Let us know in the comment section what are your thoughts about our list. Thank you for watching until the end, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell button to be notified for every new learning opportunity. And always remember, man of word, be aware of the person that you can become.